Okay, now we come to Sutta number 20. Mahasamaya Sutta. This is about the great gathering of devas who come to pay homage to the Buddha. Thus have I heard. Once the Lord was staying among the Sakyans in the great forest at Kapilavatthu with a large company of some 500 monks, all arahants, and devas from 10 world systems frequently came there to visit the Lord and his sangha of monks. And it occurred to 4 devas of the pure abodes. Devas of the pure abodes are anagamins. Only anagamins are reborn in the pure abodes, the Suddhavasa heavens. So it occurred to the 4 devas of the pure abodes. The blessed Lord is staying at Kapilavatthu with a large company of some 500 monks, all arahants. What if we were to approach him and each recite a verse? Then those devas, as swiftly as a strong man might stretch his flexed arm or flex it again, vanished from the pure abodes and appeared before the Lord. Then they saluted him and stood to one side, and one of them recited this verse: Great the assembly in the forest here, the devas have met, and we are here to see the unconquered brotherhood. Another said, the monks with concentrated minds are straight. They guard their senses as the driver does his reins. Another said, bars and barriers broken, the threshold stone of lust torn up, unstained the spotless seers go like well-trained elephants. And another said, who takes refuge in the Buddha, no downward path will go. Having left the body, he'll join the Deva host. Then the Lord said to his monks, Monks, it has often happened that the Devas from 10 world systems have come to see the Tathagata and his Sangha of monks. So it has been with the Supreme Buddhas of the past, and so it will be with those of the future, as it is with me now. I will detail for you the names of the groups of Devas, announce them and teach them to you. Pay close attention and I will speak. Yes, Lord, said the monks, and the Lord said, I'll tell you them in verse, to which realm each belongs. But those who dwell composed and resolute, like lions in mountain caves, have overcome hair-raising fear and dread, their minds white and pure, unstained and calm. So here is probably talking about the Arahants. In Kapilavatthu's wood, the Lord perceived 500 of his Arahants and more, lovers of his word. These lovers of his word is Savakas, hearers or listeners. To them he said, Monks, observe the Deva host approach, and the monks strove eagerly to see. With superhuman vision thus arising, some saw 100 gods, 1,000 some, while some saw 70,000, others saw gods innumerable all around. And he who knows with insight was aware of all that they could see and understand. Stop here for a moment. So here the Buddha is asking his 500 arahants to use their psychic power and strive to see the devas who have come to pay respect. Those with limited psychic powers, they could see limited number of gods, but those with unlimited psychic power, they could see unlimited numbers of gods. And to the lovers of his word, the Lord, turning, said, the Deva hosts approach, look and see to know them, monks. In turn, as I declare their names to you in verse, 7,000 yakas of Kapila's realm, well endowed with power and mighty skills, fair to see, with splendid train have come, rejoicing to this wood to see such monks. And 6,000 yakas from Himalaya, of varied hue, and well endowed with powers, fair to see, with splendid train have come, rejoicing to this wood to see such monks. From Satta's mount, 3,000 yakas more of varied hue have come, etc. The sum is 16,000 yakas all of varied hue. Of Vesamita's host, 500 more of varied hue. Kumbhira too from Rajagaha comes, whose dwelling place is on Vepula slopes. 100,000 yakas follow him. King Datrata, ruler of the east, the Gandhabba's lord, a mighty king, has come with retinue. Many sons are his, who all bear Indra's name, all well endowed with mighty skills. King Virulha or Virulhaka, ruler of the south, the Kumbhanda's lord, a mighty king, Virupaka, ruler of the west, lord of Nagas and a mighty king. King Kuvera, ruler of the north, lord of Yakas and a mighty king. Sometimes this King Kuvera is also called King Vesavana. He has two names. From the east, King Dattarata shone. From south, Virulhaka, and from the west, Virupaka. Kuvera of Vesavana from the north. Thus ranged in Kapilavatu's wood, the four great kings in all their splendor stood. With them came their vessels, versed in guile, skilled deceivers all. Kutendu first, then Vetendu, Vitu and Vitucha, Chandana and Kamaseta next, Kinu Gandu and Nigandu these, Panada, Opanmanya, Matali, who was the Deva's charioteer, Nala, Chittasena of the Gandhabas, Raja, Janesaba, Panchasika, Timbaru with Surya Vachasa, his daughter. These and more, rejoicing, came to that wood to see the Buddha's monks. From Nabasa, Vesali, Tachaka, came Nagas, Kambalas, Asattaras, Payagas with their kin. From Yamuna, Dattarata came with splendid hosts. Eravana too, the mighty Naga chief, is the elephant god. To the forest meeting place has come. And the twice born, winged and clear of sight, fierce Garuda birds, the Naga's foes have come. Flying here, Chitra and Supana, but here the Naga kings are safe. The Lord has imposed a truce. With gentle speech, they and the Nagas share the Buddha's peace. Stop here for a moment. These are twice born. Is the birds. Birds are called twice born because first they are born into the egg, the shell. And then when they break the egg and come out, they are born a second time. So that's why they are called twice born. So here referring to the Garudas, the type of heavenly birds which are enemies of the Nagas. They like to attack the Nagas and kill them. Asuras too, whom Indra's hand once struck. Indra, I guess, refers to the Sakadeva Raja. Ocean dwellers now, in magic skill, Vasava's resplendent brothers came. The Kalakanjas, terrible to see, Dana Vegasas, Vepachiti, Suchiti, and Paharada too. Fell Namuchi and Bali's 100 sons, who were all called Virocha, with a band of warriors who joined their master Rahu, who had come to wish their meeting well. Stop here for a moment. Here you see the Kalakanjas are a type of Asuras, and they are Devas. Later we'll meet this word Kalakanja again, I think it's Sutta 24, where it is said that the lowest type of Asuras are called Kalakanja Asuras. And since here we see that the Kalakanja Asuras are Devas, so the lowest Asuras are also Devas. But later books like the commentaries, Abhidhamma and all that, they put the Asuras in the woeful plains, and they claim that the Asuras are also ghosts and also hell beings. But from here you see the lowest of the Asuras are the Kalakanjas. This is stated in a later sutta. But from here you see Kalakanjas are definitely Devas, not ghosts and not hell beings. Gods of water, earth and fire and wind, the Varunas and their retainers, Soma and Yasa too, Devas born of love and compassion, with a splendid train, these 10 with tenfold varied hosts, endowed with mighty powers and fair to see, rejoicing came to see the Buddha's monks. Venhu too, this Venhu I guess in Hindu is Vishnu. Venhu too with his Sahalis came, the Asamas, the Yama twins, and those Devas who attend on moon and sun, constellation gods, sprites of clouds, cloud spirits. Sakka, the Vasu's lord, ancient giver, these 10 with tenfold varied hosts. The Sahabus, radiant, bright, came next, fiery crested, Aritakas, Rojas, cornflower blue with Varuna and Sahadhamma, Achuta, Anejaka, Suleya, Ruchira, the Vasavanesis, these 10 with tenfold varied hosts, the Samanas and Mahasamanas both, beings man-like and more than man-like came, the pleasure-corrupted and mind-corrupted gods, green devas and red ones too, Paragas, Mahaparagas with train, these 10 with tenfold varied hosts, Sukas, Karumhas, Arunas, Veganasas, follow in the Odatta Geha's wake, Vichakanas, Saddamatas, Haragajas, these gods called mixed in splendor, and Pajuna, the thunderer, who also causes rain, these 10 with tenfold varied hosts. The Kemias, the Tusitas and Yamas, Katakas with train, Lambitakas, the Lama chiefs, and the gods of flame, the Asavas, those who delight in shapes they have made, and those who seize on others' work. These 10 with tenfold varied hosts. These 60 Deva hosts of varied kinds all came arranged in order of their groups, and others too in due array. They said, He who's transcended birth, He for whom no obstacle remains, who's crossed the flood, Him, Kankalas, we'll see, the mighty one, traversing free without transgression, as it were the moon that passes through the clouds. Subrahma next, and with him Paramatta, Sanan Kumara, Tissa, who were sons of the mighty one. These also came. Mahabrahma, who ruled 1,000 worlds, in the Brahma world supreme, arisen there, shining bright and terrible to see with all his train. 10 lords of his, who each ruled a Brahma world, and in their midst Harita, who ruled 100,000. And when all these had come in vast array, with Indra and the host of Brahma too, then too came Mara's host, and now observe that black one's folly, for he said, Come on, seize and bind them all. With lust we'll catch them all. Surround them all about, let none escape, whoever he may be. Thus the warlord urged his murky troops. With his palm he struck the ground and made a horrid din, as when a thunder cloud bursts with thunder, lightning, and with heavy rain, and then shrank back and raged, but powerless. And he who knows by insight saw all this and grasped its meaning. To his monks he said, The hosts of Mara come, monks, pay good heed. They heard the Buddha's words and stayed alert. And Mara's host drew back from those on whom neither lust nor fear could gain a hold. Victorious, transcending fear, they have won. His followers rejoice with all the world. It's the end of the sutta. So here, this sutta, there's not much Dhamma, just that it tells you about all the different types of devas. Okay, I think we stop here for tonight. Anything to discuss? Yasun, got any question? Now we can stop here.